And now, Society Network presents Homegrown After Dark, featuring Nick Kage. All right, welcome back to Society Network's Homegrown After Dark. Today we have a very special guest in the studio, Nick Kage. Nick, welcome back to the show.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
You know, Nick, you've been on the show a couple times before. Once in 2019 on the Kage 103.9 FM Homegrown Hour. And also on in our first season, I believe that you were the fifth guest back in season one. I got to really look back, but I believe you were the fifth.
It's pretty cool. I got to play a nice Ibanez guitar they had here.
You know, incidentally, that guitar, well, since you brought it up, it sold 2 days after your show aired back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, two days gone. So, well, anyway, none to ado, like all the guests, and as you know, I'm just going to ask you, what have you been doing since the last time we saw you here on Society Network Homegrown After Dark?
Really, a lot of just honing in my playing abilities. I recently dove more into lead guitar playing and stuff like that, so it's kind of just what I've been doing.
Okay, have you been writing more music? Or?
I have. I've written a couple songs recently, and just lyrics and stuff here and there, you know.
Okay. So, no, you've just been playing solo or anything like that?
For the most part. I really haven't played out too much since then, but, you know.
Okay. A couple gigs here and there in the last couple of years?
Yeah, for sure.
Holding your craft.
Waiting on my Hibbler bass to be made so I can start pimping myself out as a bass player.
There you go.
That'd be fun.
That would be a Brian Hibbler custom guitar bass. Now, do you know if that's the first one he's ever made? Or?
No, it's the second one. It should be the second one he's ever made.
Okay.
It's going to be the first one he's ever made that looks like the one I'm going to get.
Okay.
So
did you pick out the design?
Yeah, I got it. It's a Les Paul Junior bass, and then he's setting it completely up with his pickups and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
sweet. So he's just going to copy the Les Paul baby bass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to clarify that because Brian Hibbler is an artist, and that's a non-sponsored wrang about him because he is just that talented of an artist. Okay. Well, awesome. So. Tell me a little bit more about what made you want to become more of like a lead guitar player and stuff like that. Last time on the show, you were just straight up, you were on the acoustics, selling one for Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry, by the way.
Well, yeah, just having to do it all, really. I kind of like being able to play leads and stuff when I'm playing in rhythm, while I'm playing rhythm, so it's kind of just got into that to kind of hone everything, so I'm not just the acoustic playing guy, you know.
Okay. So I know a lot of your backstory. You know, the guests out there don't know it. Who are some of the guys? Because here in Marble Falls, Texas, a lot of people know the Jam Room. So who are some of the guys that you have been jamming with in the Jam Room?
Recently, just Tristan,
That'd be Tristan Billings.
And then recently, a while back ago, I was playing with Gary Dells. That was pretty fun, just doing country things.
Okay.
Here and there.
Okay, so perfect, man. So how's your little family doing?
Absolutely wonderful. At the moment, Piper, my daughter, she's at the beach with her grandmother and my sister and all that and the kids. So, and then my beautiful wife, she's sitting over there. She's
over
doing
there
good.
Off camera.
Doing good.
Hello, Cheyenne.
Hi.
I couldn't be happier, It's all good.
Okay, cool. So, I know you've been working for Rick Cummings Electric.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how's that been going?
It's good. They're a good company. We've been working at the Bellicera here in town and should be finished soon,
Okay.
Other than that, it's pretty fun.
There you go for Bellicera. They just got themselves a plug.
Just a mom and pop company here in Marble Falls.
Okay, excellent. So, is it like the career thing? You're going to stay being an electrician, or someone's going to tide you over till your musical ship comes floating down?
It's a day job, that's for sure. But I love doing it. I'll probably do it for the rest of my life, if not just other handyman stuff like that, keeping the hands busy.
Yep. Got to make a living. So, a lot of people find, hard ways within the music industry. There's a lot of us out there. I'll tell you, since 2020, I think the population in musicians just here in Burnett County alone has probably quadrupled.
Yeah. So a lot of the reasons I've been trying to play more guitar than just strumming the acoustics, I noticed like you could throw a rock and hit a guy playing the acoustic around here.
You can. And I don't want to say, well, I'll say it. I think that shows like mine have made that possible in a good way, because it's inspired a lot of other people to want to get out there and play music. And it's kind of inspired in a wrong direction, because now there's so many that you have a lot of musicians who just play for tips now.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think people should get together more and write and play songs instead of everybody trying to be a single artist. I don't know. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm more into the band thing. It's where you won't really see me out playing by myself with an acoustic. I'm just more into the band, the camaraderie, the team of a unit. I think.
Well, you're good enough to go out and play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
By yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you're playing, the rest of the band's just a supporting cast, anyways. I had to add that in there. I've watched him play with his guys before. And okay, so that's great. So, what do you think about the state of music, and just in your opinion today, the stuff that's coming out, just say from the Big N over there in Tennessee?
A lot of it is just crap.
Yeah, cookie cutter.
Really. It's been used to just make money for a long time now,
Yeah, where the artists get to lose.
They just control them,
Yeah, the control of it all.
Country's country and music's music, but I couldn't tell you any modern country artists I really enjoy, honestly. Other than Blackberry Smoke, they're badass, but they're not from Nashville.
Yeah, Blackberry Smoke, they're from Georgia, correct? I
believe
they are. I believe they're from Georgia. And I believe at one point you actually owned a guitar that was made by a manufacturer that's owned by the lead guitar player of Blackberry Smoke.
Oh, shoot. Don't get me lying. I don't know. Did I?
Yeah, I believe it was like a CMG or a CMC, whatever you had back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. CMC, something like that.
God, that thing was heavy, like 50 pounds. So I know. I sold it to him.
Yeah. I like it. I like selling guitars, too. I recently sold that Gibson SG 200.
You did?
This morning, actually.
Okay, so what did you get for it?
I wanted 8, but I ended up selling it for 6 because the couple drove from Corpus Christi to here, and they're staying here in Llano, and so I gave them $200 off of it just for the trip up here so they could enjoy themselves.
Well, there you go. Here's a good deal and a bonus to go with it.
And I knew it was going to a good home, so that's good.
Yeah, so, now that you just advertise that, if all you do is just say you're driving from Corpus Christi. Yeah. And, anyways, So, okay, so you plan to get more into selling of musical instruments?
Yeah, it's just expensive. The more I accumulate, Yeah,
especially when you're selling them for discounts.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Okay, so, man, do you ever plan to go back to the studio?
Like recording-wise?
Reason why I'm asking now, I'm asking a lot. Patrick Devaney, we've been talking. One of the artists I had in here, Sammy J. She didn't get picked up, but we helped get her. I facilitated her to where she could now produce her songs with nothing up front.
Oh yeah, at Patrick's.
Oh yeah, Dub Studios.
Yeah, I have a couple unfinished songs, but I don't know. I'm continuously getting better, so I would have to completely redo them at this point. So I'm better than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
When I was there already.
Yeah. But anyways, he just wanted, I was talking to him last night. And he says, "Well, let Nick know we still have an unfinished album up here."
Yeah, there I don't know 6 or 7 songs.
Yeah, don't let that stuff go.
Neither one of these songs that I'm going to play today are on it.
Oh, okay. So, well, speaking of that, I'll tell you what. We'll just do it like this. So, what's the first song you're gonna do today?
Let's do the first song. I started drinking. There you go.
I started drinking.
Yeah, do that one.
All right. He brought it up, so we're gonna do it. Here's the first song by Mel Highsmith, Nick Kage. I started drinking.
Woke up this morning, heavy thoughts through my head, wishing for a hangover to be biting me instead. This is the first time, buddy, here's the truth. Still taste familiar, like 100 proof. Sometimes I find it funny, sometimes I find it sad, when I think of all the little things I ain't ever getting back. But I'll be in the ground before long, no rights to be read. So I started drinking, so I don't wind up dead. Hear the whisper in the bottle calling out my name, and drowned out the sorrow and try and ease the pain. My memories often linger like smoke in the air. No, it's not the first time I'd show that I do care. I'll be in the ground before long, no rights to be read. So I started drinking, so I don't wind up dead. I'm glad you showed up, 'cause you're my only friend. We've been through a whole lot, I knew you could stop the end. This is the last time, buddy, here's the truth. My memories linger, and I can't handle the truth. But I'll get up when I try. I know I look down, but I'll get back up. But I kinda like the ground. I'll be here before long, no rights to be read. So I started drinking, so I don't wind up dead. Hear the whisper in the bottle calling out my name. It's not the first time that I knew I didn't care. These memories often linger like smoke in the air, and it's not the first time I'd show that I do care. I'll be in the ground before long, no rights to be read. I started drinking so I don't wind up dead.
And we're back. We got Nick Kage and his original song, I Started Drinking. So, Nick, you always leave me in an amazement on when you bring out your new music. Everything's always different. So, what was your inspiration behind the song, I Started Drinking?
Just, well, the song, it is a topic about, almost taking your own life, and instead of doing that, he starts drinking. So the song's called "I Started Drinking."
Okay, I can understand.
And
I mean, if it comes from a musician standpoint, I'm sure a lot of musicians what I call the musician blues or depression.
Yeah, I have, people in mind that have, come to the point where they think they need to, go as far as taking their own life, and that's what the song's about. Not doing that. Instead, they start drinking.
Dig it. I understand. Yeah. I understand. So okay. Well, no, that's cool. So, I mean, do you know somebody is telling you they want to take their life?
No, but musicians.
Yeah.
They're and in people in general. It's about nobody in particular, and it's left to interpretation.
I gotta say, it's my entire world. Almost all of my friends are all musicians, just about. I'd say out of, the probably 30 people that are around me, there's probably 2, 4, 5 people that are not musicians, and the rest are.
Yeah.
So I get to deal with not multiple personalities. Every musician's different. You know what I mean? But they all have the same thing. You know what I mean? They get their expectations up on their music. And then if they don't know how to get it out to anybody, or they feel like it's not being received by enough people the right way, and it usually happens like that, because if you don't know how to get it out, no one's ever going to hear it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so a lot of musicians, they fall into a depression. I've heard more than one musician in my lifetime tell me they feel like blowing their brains out after a bad show.
Yeah, I could see it. It's you put a lot out there on your sleeve, Yeah,
you put a lot out there for failure. And the most thing is, most people out, when a band's up on stage, you know this, between us both, we played quite a few shows together. The people out in the crowd, a lot of times, they're not even, the truth is, they're not really paying attention. They're listening to your music. And so when a musician messes up, in their mind, they're like, oh my God, I did it again. And they put that mental checklist together and then beat themselves up after the gig, thinking they know that they played like crap.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually did.
It took me a long time to realize that people are enjoying themselves. Stop worrying about it.
That's what they're doing. So the next time you're at a venue, unless you're going up and you're all packed up the stage with your lighters, if you're, unless you're doing that, understand for the musicians out there, we're background music.
Yeah.
For everybody to have fun.
So that's why I like playing country. I mean background music, and then I like seeing people dance. That means a lot to be able to entertain people in that way.
The great reward is watching people dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the Cold River days, that was nice. Look out on that floor, and the floor is just packed with people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Very good time. So I also know we brought up your wife, Cheyenne Highsmith. She's sitting over there off camera. And she's a musician also, right?
Yeah, she sings, and she actually played bass for a while with you.
Yeah, she was my bass player for a while.
When I get that Hebler bass, she'll probably pick up playing bass again.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's a good thing. So I don't know if everybody can hear. So Cheyenne, do you plan to pick up that new bass once Nick gets it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So okay, no, so that's great. It's great. So, don't you have a gig coming up with Tristan Billings here?
It was June 6th, but at Pat's in Buchanan Dam. But our bass player,
which is now Jammers.
Oh, it's called Jammers now?
Yeah. Pat, Rayford Burnham sold the business.
Oh, okay. But our bass player fell through, so it's going to be postponed here in be in July or something like that.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, it gives a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Grubbs wasn't going to be able to pull it off for you?
No, Jimmy Grubbs is playing it. It was somebody else that fell through.
Oh, okay, 10-4. Okay, I get it. Yeah, those fickle musicians, you cannot ever get by them. You know, when they show up for their first audition, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But the truth is, and this is a lighthearted, but most musicians will agree with me. You're only as good as your last rehearsal.
Yeah, and you're only as good as the weakest link too.
Yeah, dig it.
So, practice. You know.
Yeah, before rehearsal.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah. So never say you're going to get with your band because you have band practice. That starts sitting on a stool in your bedroom. You know. All right. So we want to get to another tasty middle from Mr. Nick Kage here, aka Nicholas Highsmith. What would be the second song we're going to do today?
The second song I'm going to do is called That Dance. Speaking of dancing, it's the whole purpose of the song is to dance and get people up. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, but right before we go to that song, I got to give out some sponsorship information. If you're ever in need of that special something for that special someone in your life, if you're looking to buy that awesome guitar for your son or your daughter, or for that matter, any of your utensils, guitar strings, or whatever, come on down to Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry at 2001 North 281, Marble Falls, Texas, 830-693-5626. And when you leave Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry, you have to walk around looking at their beautiful inventory. You can drive just right south of town, go to downtown Marble Falls, and you can go to 208 Main Street, Marble Falls, Texas, and that would be Miss Lollipop's Parties, Fun, and Gifts. And her phone number is 830-201-4419. That's Miss Lollipop's Parties, Fun, and Gifts. Okay. Well, Nick, after I said all that almost, I think, in one breath. But, here we go. So here's Nick Highsmith playing his original tune, That Dance.
There's something in the way that you move, the way your hips, they can wiggle when you groove. My hands on your hips and the taste of your lips under neon moons. You're dancing me out of my boots. You've wiggled my belt buckle loose. Your down-home country roots have my heart in your noose when you're pouring that dance on me. And we can dance all night, that feeling so fine. The only thing better could be gold. But these heart-fueled fires cause a burning desire, the hotter that dance can be. This ain't the first time that I've heard these songs. It won't be the last time that I dance along. But the frustrating thing, these songs just don't hit the same without you pouring that dance on me. And maybe I just might look away just to catch me one small glimpse. From all our dancing around, we've caused a quite big crowd watching you pour that dance on me. And we can dance all night, that feeling so fine. The only thing better could be gold. But these heart-fueled fires cause a burning desire, the hotter that dance can be. Oh, the hotter that dance dance can be. All I see is you pouring your dance on me. Oh, last night we had one big falling out. Tonight we're finding out that we can dance all night. That feeling so fine. The only thing better could be gold. But these heart-fueled fires cause a burning desire. The harder that dance can be.
All right, and we're back, and that was Nick Kage doing his song, That Dance. Original song, again, you just turn these things out. So, Nick, listen, can you elaborate a little bit more on the story of how you end up writing the song?
The song is about, of course, the couple dancing, but when I got the idea of the song is we have concrete floor at our house, and me and my wife were up real late dancing around, and I just had to stop, and I wrote the song in about 2 minutes that night to chords I already kind of had, and it just came about like that, dancing with Cheyenne. And then, of course, the story's about two people that dance for a living, I guess, and it's when that person's away, it's not the same. So that's what the song's about, is dancing with that particular person.
Yeah, no, I thought it was absolutely amazing.
And it's called That Dance, when they're pouring that dance on you.
Okay. So, you brought these two songs to the show, but a lot of people don't know that you used to be a lead singer in a metal band.
Yeah. By luck, probably. My Uncle Bill and his buddies started a Ozzy tribute band called Diary of a Mad Band. And they had a couple people try out, and I heard them, and I told them I was a better singer than that guy. Even though I sound nothing like Ozzy. It kind of just sounded like
James Hetfield singing.
Yeah, probably. The least British guy ever. The Texan singing Ozzy.
Yeah.
But it was all right. Okay. It was fun. Justin Nobles.
Yeah.
Tristan Billings and Bill Highsmith.
Bill Highsmith, there you go. Yeah, you always find the Highsmith somewhere in one of the bands, you know what I mean? So that's always a good thing. Okay, so let's just say you leave the studio today and somebody sees you playing somewhere. You're sitting on the hood of your car in the middle of Walmart. And they're like, hey, man, come play at my venue. And they wanted to get a hold of you. How would they get a hold of you?
Mostly probably Facebook would be the easiest point.
Would that be Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, Messenger. Nicholas Highsmith.
Okay, Nicholas Highsmith on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I try to tell all my guests, don't forget about social media. Although social media can be very dark, and a lot of times if you use it correct, like I do, I use it in a correct way. I use it to move my business along, which is what I do here on Home Road After Dark Society Network, to move everything along and promote everybody. And I refuse to allow any of the negative stuff to come in. And the way you stop it is the algorithms. When you see the posting and you don't like it, hit X. And you can make the choice, say whether you want to see that stuff or not. And you'll stop seeing it altogether.
That's good. Shoot.
Okay, so if they want to find Nicholas Highsmith, a.k.a. Nick Kage, his stage name, just find him on Nicholas Highsmith. You might want to spell your first name for him because everybody spells Nicholas different.
Nicholas.
Okay, and Highsmith. And there you have it. Well, Nick, I want to thank you for coming back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. I always love playing songs,
No, it's a good thing. And we hope to see you out there a lot more. But until next time, Mel Highsmith, a.k.a. Nick Kage.
Bye, everybody.
Society Network, Homegrown After Dark. And we'll talk to you next time.
You want some cash, you want it go to Lakeside Pawn. If you need a loan for your office or home, just go to Lakeside Pawn. They got instruments and strings and guns and lots of things. So remember, if your loved ones have been gone, you can't get cash for that ring and a new guitar to sing. Just go to Lakeside Pawn. Just go to Lakeside Pawn.